Okay, so I just came back from seeing the Avengers for the second time, and of course, it was awesome. I loved it so much. It was just so much fun. I mean, it was funny in all the right places, it got serious in all the right places. It was just entertaining and well done. I mean, each character is coming kind of from their own movie, except for, I guess, Hawkeye and the Black Widow. But everyone seemed to have equal screen time, which was really great. You're not going, oh god, not Captain America again. You know, you had equal Tony Stark, you had equal Thor, pretty equal everyone else too. And they all had great chemistry together. They were all bouncing off of each other, literally and figuratively. You know, you had great little twists and turns and moments that really like got you, like especially like when the Black Widow was talking to Loki and he's in the cage and she's like acting like, you know, he's getting to her, and then she turns around and does a 180 and is like, okay, yeah, thanks for the information, see you later. Or, you know, when she's like just good writing, like for instance when she's fighting Hawkeye and, you know, she runs him into the rail and he's kind of like, oh, what's going on? She didn't sit there and wait to make sure that, you know, he's kind of back to normal. She knocked him out and then waited till later, restrained him just to check, right? Like, not stupid little mistakes that, you know, are traditionally written into movies, action movies. I mean, it had great timing. It worked really well. What else can I say about it? I mean, okay, so it's been pointed out, how could a nuclear missile take out an alien spaceship? Alright, yeah, they'd probably have some shields, but you know, they had to have a weakness somewhere. But, you know what? It's acceptable, right? They went through enough and it wasn't completely out of the ordinary. Maybe they just weren't expecting somebody to shoot at them from space. And, you know, so they put all their power into their shields because they needed to use it to power the little crafts that were going around. Okay. Loki was a good villain. I mean, he was kind of smarmy, but he was kind of cool at the same time. And then you had him and Thor kind of going back and forth, and you kind of like got their relationship really well put into the story. Tony Stark was Tony Stark, and Tony Stark is always awesome. What else? I thought the action was really good. I mean, you're never sitting there like, okay, we can skip this. You could see all the action, too. You could see them throwing their punches and kicks, which is always, like, an annoyance when you go to certain action movies and you can't see what's going on. And, like, the whole film's like that and you're going, I don't know what happened. So that was really well done, too. Special effects. I mean, I saw it in 3D, and I really like the depth that you got. I mean, it wasn't all, like, jumping out at you, but, you know, the 3D effect really helped in just making you go, wow, this is kind of cool. What else? I didn't know who, you know, in the final cutscene, at the end, where it was their little teaser to, I guess, the next movie, I didn't know who that guy was who was kind of like, dun dun dun. I had no idea. So if somebody wants to tell me, go for it. But I'm really excited for the next one. I was actually kind of glad that Natalie Portman wasn't in this one. I mean, the movie didn't really focus on romance at all, which was nice. I mean, like, it just didn't need to be in there to make the story go anywhere. And so they didn't put it in, and that was excellent. Plus, I thought the Natalie Portman romance in the Thor movie was kind of stretched. I mean, it was like one kiss, and then he's like, I'm coming back for you! It was like, really? That was really short, but okay. Yeah, what else did I write down very quickly? I also, just some of the humor. There was my two favorite humorous scenes kind of happen at the end. I mean, there was a bunch of good ones in the beginning and all throughout the movie, but there was the one where Hulk and Thor are finally, like they're working together and they're on this big fish dragon thing going around that's floating around the city, and they finally take it down. They get off and they're walking off all epically, and then all of a sudden Hulk just goes poof, and Thor just goes whoosh through the wall. You're like, oh, it was beautiful timing. Another favorite moment was just, I think this could be everyone's favorite humorous moment, is when Loki's going, I am a god, and I will not be bullied! And then Hulk just goes, doosh, 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 and just drops him for the rest of the movie. You finally see him at the end kind of getting up like, oh crap, I've been defeated. It was quite a funny way to take down like your main villain, right? Generally they're not defeated so comically, but it was well done. Another favorite moment didn't actually come from the movie, but actually from the audience, because when we went to go see it, we had a family with little kids sitting behind us, and it was really cute because at that scene where the Hulk is driving into the final battle and he's on that little moped and they're standing there watching him, the little kid behind us goes, "Hey there, big boy!" It was really cute. So just, I guess, a good memory there. I actually kind of like the little references they put into in the end scene. I kind of got a Lord of the Rings feel from it almost, because you had that nostalgic group coming together, all awesome in their own way, and they're kind of like panning around them as they're standing back to back, and it looks really cool, but you kind of get that nostalgic feel. And then they pull out with the camera, and you hear this like kind of like shrieking that kind of sounds like the orcs, and I swear to God it's almost like ripped from the scene in the first Fellowship movie where they're in Moria, sorry. And all the orcs are kind of like swarming the pillars. So I kind of noticed that, and then like 2 seconds later, Tony Stark goes, "You might want to clench up Legolas," and then picks up Hawkeye. So I was like, I wonder if they're really hinting at that. Maybe it's just me. And then the other reference I kind of got was the Icarus kind of legend, where Tony Stark goes up through the portal, and then you have this like exploding nuke, which is like the sun, and then he gets too close, so he starts to fall, right? So I kind of noticed that, and I thought that was kind of interesting and kind of added a different layer to it, but not important, I guess. What else did I say? Yeah, so the final cutscene, and just a little blooper, I guess? Continuity error, that's the word. The final scene when, for most of the battle, Thor doesn't have his cape on. He just kind of walks in there and, he beats up Loki, and then he goes to help the city, and then at the final, when they're like, okay, we have to defeat them now, he suddenly has his red cape on. I was like, where did you get that? And I mean, I kind of noticed other little costume changes, like this one could be more explainable, where like Captain America has his hood sperm helmet thing on, and then something explodes, and then all of a sudden it's off of him again so you can see his face, and I guess that kind of makes more sense, but Thor just got his cape out of nowhere, and I was like, okay, but I mean, it looked epic. I guess that's why they kind of slid it in there, but oh well. They did some really nice camera work. It had like this gorgeous pan where, I can't remember where you start, but you're on the ground with Captain America, and then you like follow and then Tony Stark lands and he's fighting with Captain America, and then you follow Tony Stark all the way up to Hawkeye, and then Hawkeye's watching and he's fighting, and then all of a sudden Thor and the Hulk float by on their dragon thing, and you know, you follow them, and it's just like this really smooth epic pan where you just get the sense of like the enormity of the battle and the whole city and just them fighting and working together. It was a really great shot. I loved that shot. I thought that was excellent. So I loved the whole movie. It just worked. It lived up to what I hoped it would be, which is really nice, and I guess that's why I'm doing this video. Okay, I think that's everything. So I'm really looking forward to the next one, and I guess that's going to be in a few years, but, you know, it's worth the wait, and if they do as good a job as they did on this one, I'm really excited. So, alright, I'll see you later, and if you haven't seen the movie, go see it. It's awesome.